time. It's that time. The special webinar on how to blitz off 10 kilos of body fat forever, guys. Forever. And I mean actually forever, okay? So in this webinar, I'm trying to keep it as short and snappy as possible. And you're going to learn how to drop fat, build muscle, and have a structured training program which is maximal for muscle growth, and how to set up your nutrition as well. So honestly, just value after value after value, okay? So let's dive straight into it. So I'm going to talk to you about how I transformed my physique over these last 4 years, and I'll teach you the exact process how I did it. Obviously, guys, as you may know, a bit about my journey, I was going through gaining, I went through cutting, I went from cutting to bulking, I went cutting. Like, I've been through absolutely everything, guys, okay? So I want you guys to understand that each client's program needs to be individualized to give the best results. I will forever say that, okay? Because a training program and nutrition plan should be reviewed, adapting to the body adaptation. So, for example, everyone is different. Everyone reacts to food differently, digests food differently. Some people's physique might be a bit different. For example, my physique, my left pec was bigger than my right. But you need to understand: should you even go into a dieting phase, or should you even be cutting in the first place? Because this deals here, guys, didn't know what to do. I did my first photo shoot. I was around 6 to 7. I would say 8-9% body fat. And yeah, like I was like, oh, should I continue to cut further? No. You need to understand are you even in a position to go to a dieting phase? If your body fat is too low, is there any need to cut? When I was younger, I cut for no reason, and this is what stopped me losing muscle mass. But if you're around here, around 60 to 90% body fat, yes, you do need to go into a dieting phase. Here, you can be in a position to grow. But my point is, you need to understand where you are in the spectrum and then go from there. Because if you're down here, around here, anything around 12%, there's no point dieting, okay? So I'll be referring back to one of my star boys in the program, Mr. Dr. Hemish, and talk to him about how he's achieved this result in 12 weeks. So like I said, like it's crazy. It's crazy how much he's lost. Like the team I have right now, I'll dive into a bit later, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, but the results we achieve is ridiculous. So, training variables. Progressive overload is very, very important that you track your lifts. If you don't track your lifts, then how do you know how much progress you're making in the gym? Lifts dictate a lot of things. How much muscle you added on. Is the dieting phase going well? Are you creating mechanical tension? Like, tracking your lifts is very important. What can be tracked can be measured. Volume. Training close to failure is a skill. It is a skill. It takes time. It takes recovery. You need to see how well you're recovering from. Like, a couple of my clients, when they come into the brand, they spend at least 8 weeks getting their training intensity on point. Because we have to work from the ground up for a lot of people. And you need to understand where you're at. Are you in a position to train towards intensity? Is your body even recovering? Because if your body's not recovering, you can't build muscle tissue. Remember that stuff. Training form, execution, technique. Like, I see people just swing weights from A to B, and that's not how you do it. You need to understand the concentric and eccentric portion of every single movement, and once you get your head around it, then you can contract your muscle groups, right? Because, yeah, again, if you go in this shit technique, if you go for shit form, you're going to end up hurting yourself. You ain't going to end up, you're just going to be stuck in the rot, and you're not going to be seeing progress, okay? Full range of motion, you need to be able to, yet again, challenge the muscle groups in all ranges. So just to break up in layman's terms, you need to understand how to contract each muscle group correctly. For example, your chest, 3 different dimensions: incline, flat, and cross, okay? So let's just dive into this example, trips or training split. So a lot of my guys train 2 to 3 times per week and achieve a mad result. But I do work with a lot of athletes and all this stuff as well. So the most important thing is every muscle group needs to be trained 2 times per week. You probably want to do, why do you do that? Because this is going to allow you to grow a lot quicker. Because if you're going in, doing arm day, chest day, leg day, arm day, again, look, you're hitting just one muscle group once a week. And when you're hitting 2 muscle groups twice a week with, like, for example, a 3 full bodies workout, so you're hitting your chest twice, hit your legs twice, this is going to allow you to grow a lot quicker. Because instead of doing just one specific day to a certain muscle group, you can hit more muscle groups, and in turn allows you to create more muscle fiber tears, which allows you to then grow. So yeah, 3 full body workouts for 2 to 3 times per week. If you're doing 4 times per week, upper, lower. And if you're doing 5 days in the gym, push, pull, leg, upper, lower, and then a full body, I would say. Because you want to hit 2 muscle groups twice a week. And if you're training 6 days per week, and you're not training with the right intensity, they're simple as, like, a lot of people who come to me, they're training 6 days per week, but their training is shit, and they're not recovering. It's simple as. So, expenditure and cardio. If you're in a dieting phase, steps is king. And the beautiful thing about steps, it's not too taxing on the body, so your body can recover from quite well. Find your weekly average and work from there. So what I recommend you do, go to your phone, find your weekly average, and then essentially just go from there. You're going to see exactly how many steps you're doing, and gradually increases the weeks to go by. Cardio is good, but do something you enjoy. So cardio, I'm in Thailand, as you can see me doing a bit of Muay Thai. Like I got that a bit later as well today. But yeah, like I'm enjoying it. I'm getting cardio done through that. So yeah, again, just do something you enjoy for cardio. Say like even playing football, you don't really think about kicking ball. You think about just playing football. So kill two birds with one stone. So program considerations and your session order. Compound movements come first because you're hitting more than one muscle group. Because for example, if you're doing like a shoulder press, a compound movement, tricep dips, squat, so you can hit more than one. You're hitting more than one muscle groups are involved. So you want to hit that first. You want to get strong across all multiple ranges. So isolation movements, compound movements. It's so important that you get your head around targeting your muscle group and understanding how to contract some things like in an isometric portion, because it's going to allow you to grow a lot further. Tempo. So like I said earlier, eccentric portion is the most important thing in regards to building muscle. Once you get your head around it, then you can be in a position to create muscle fiber tears. For example, that pull down, a lot of people think, oh, I'm building muscle on the way down. No, you're not. Your contraction is here in the eccentric portion, so the 1, 2, 3, 4 stretch is where you're creating a muscle fiber tears. Same for your pec. People think it's here. No, it's 3 seconds on the way down. So 1, 2, 3. That 3 seconds on the way down is going to create that muscle fiber tear. I've coincided with good nutrition, which we get into. It's going to allow you to then achieve that physique. Take your time and rest periods. Make sure whatever's do. So how long should I rest for? How should I rest for? I say rest until you can attack the set the same way you did with full intensity. So for example, if I did dumbbell press, gave it my 100%. I went into it a minute after, you're just going to be an oxygen debt. You're not going to achieve the full result, you know what I mean? I'd rather you just rest, and once you're ready to attack, then attack again. So, training hacks. Schedule when you're the strongest. Everyone's a bit different. For me, I'm strongest midday, I would say, after I had some bit of food. But some people may be mornings, some people be afternoons, some people even whatever works for you. Music takes it to a whole new level. Instead of having AirPods, I have beats. Helps me lock into my session. Caffeine is obviously proven to help. Obviously, don't have caffeine a bit later than usual. It affects your sleep cycle. So I say have the latest time, like the longest. I can't even bloody speak. The latest time you should have coffee is about 5 to 6 p.m. Training partner, I would say, yeah, if you can train with someone, do it, because that allows you to push and like allows you to just sit to a whole new level with your training, because you can push towards failure and you can do it safely, and someone can help you get the extra 2 to 3 reps safely as well. So how do you know if it's working? The rate of scale weight drop is person dependent, but I would say ideally around 0.2 to 0.6 kilos per week. I weigh my clients minimum 3 times per week so we understand fluctuations. And also, are you progressing in terms of strengthening lifts? This is why I went back to progressive overload. Make sure you track every session, because what can be tracked can be measured. Not only should scale weight be like obviously measured in terms of scale weight, but visually, are you visually looking better in the pictures? Even measurements, as your measurements are even going down. All these 2 things are very, very important. A lot of people think, oh, scale weight is the most important. No, these 2 are the most important. Be patient. This is a long process. It'll take some time, and you're going to be rewarded for it, bro. Like, so just bear that in mind, okay? So, another one of my star boys, Jay, he completely transformed his physique in 16 weeks, and now he's competing on stage. Like, for him, it's insane. Like, with fat loss, you can, once you knock down that first door, it's crazy to see what you can achieve. But he's learned how to execute a dieting phase and now train to a high standard, which is evident now, and he's in the gaining phase, which is going to be crazy. So again, each nutrition program needs to be individualized to give the best result. So for example, Dr. Hemish, he can only train a certain amount of times. Jay, obviously a bit more, he has been a bit more time, he's an electrician, but obviously now because he's going bodybuilding prep, different type of training. Nutrition plan, it must be suited to your lifestyle, okay? And it has, guys, I can't stress this enough, you have to be enjoying the foods for you to get to where you want to be. Because if you're eating chicken, rice and broccoli every day, you're going to stick to it? No. You can stick with it? Yes. If not, a meal plan, tracking macros, MyFitnessPal Essential. Like I said, what can be tracked can be measured, guys. That's very, very important. So let's just dive into nutrition. Obviously, calorie deficit is essential for you to achieve that result. Drinking a minimum of 1 litre of water is very, very important per 25 gram of body weight. Water, remember your body is made up 90% of water. Adequate protein intake support protein synthesis. Yet again, you need to make sure you're having the right amount of protein. It differs everyone to everyone to make sure your body recovers. Because like I said, protein is a special macronutrient, which we'll dive into a bit later. Understand your baseline macros and work from there. So, calories under the radar. Very, very important topic. So a lot of people think, oh, Dills, I'm in a deficit. Why am I dropping body fat? Because it is literally calories under the radar. What oils are you having? What sauces are you having? Like, are you drinking that extra calories for just liquid calories like juice, coffee and stuff? So you guys have to think about, right. People think they're in deficit, but they're not. Mayo, high in calories. Here's a lot of tips and tricks here, by the way. Cooking oil, like ghee, vegetable oils, olive oil. A lot of Asian people use ghee as well. Not very good. Because yet again, like, you think you're having X amount of calories, but a tablespoon of like olive oil is going to have a shit ton of calories. Remember that. Diet drinks are very, very good to suppress your appetite. Why have like a full fat Coke when you can have a diet drink? But just something just to bear in mind. Also, alcohol can affect things as well. I can't even speak sometimes. Establishing starting calories. Jesus Christ. Trial and error is the best way to assess whether you're in a calorie deficit or a surplus. I recommend you find your maintenance calories and subtract 300 to 500, and you can understand the rate of drop. And once you understand the rate of drop, then you can manipulate it and move it around depending person to person. Because if it's not going down, if you're like just below maintenance, it's not going down, then push yourself into a further deficit. And track your macros. Like I said, what you can be tracked can be measured. Working out your maintenance calories. Go to tdecalculator.com. It's simple. All you do is literally type in. I'm gonna do this right now, actually. So, guys, what you do is you add in your. It says here age, weight, height on tdecalculator.com, and whether your job is sedentary or not, and it gives you your maintenance calories. And once it gives you your maintenance calories, for example, for me, it's 2,500 for me to maintain my physique. I can drop it down to like 300 to 400 calories, which then put me to deficit. So if you need help with this, guys, just simply drop me a message, okay? But nutrition and the basics. Every single macronutrient is different. A calorie is a unit of energy for food or drink. A macronutrient is a nutrient with the body, obviously, leaves in large amounts. So, for example, protein. 4 calories per gram of protein. Fats, 9 calories per gram of protein. Carbs, 4 calories per 1 gram of protein. Alcohol, 7. I see alcohol's a lot, so it's so easy to get a lot of calories for it. But a lot of people think all order importance. People think, supplements are the most important. No, this is studied by Eric Helms, right? Calories in, quality of macros, quality of micronutrition, mealtime frequency, and supplements is the most important thing. Because remember, it goes with the basics. Basics first, always. Protein, if anything, you hear protein powder, protein this, protein that, it's the most important micronutrient. Yes, it is, because it allows you to obviously stimulate protein synthesis, which allows your body to recover. It's very filling as well. Minimum amount of protein per person is obviously person dependent, depending on how well they recover. But the main thing is getting an understanding of how much protein you need. I say to have 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per pound of body weight will be a perfect way to do it. So, protein synthesis per meal. For you to get the best results, having consistent protein intake is going to be very, very good for your body to recover. As you can see, this guy here, his body's just like I see 30 grams, 30 grams, 30 grams. Like, it just speeds up the whole process as well. So try and have a sustained amount of protein with every single meal. Carbohydrates. A lot of people think carbs are bad. Carbs before, like no carbs before marbs. No, shush. Carbohydrates is the most important thing to fuel your performance. Because if you're having protein and fats and you're not having carbs, then how are you going to push in gym? If your carbs are lacking, how can you push towards training towards failure? So the best time to have carbs is before and after you train. Before, because you want to stack up on carbohydrates. After, to replenish glycogen levels. So don't eat too close to your workout window, obviously, because you don't want to throw up. But post-workout should be easy digestible carbs. Like, you want to have carbs that are quite easily digestible. So satiety index, like I said, there's lots of things here. So you're probably wondering, what the hell is this? With your program, if you're in a dieting phase, you want to kind of eat. If you're that guy that just gets hungry quite a lot, use these. Boiled potatoes, oatmeal, oranges, apples. These are the most filling foods in the whole world. So if you use boiled potatoes, add a bit of tuna, add a bit of this on that, bang, that's going to keep you satiated for a long time. Carbohydrates and fats. Meet the minimum requirement of fats. Fats are very, very important for hormonal balance. And generally, fats should be 15 to 25% of your calories. Fill in the remainder of your calories through carbohydrates. So again, fats are very, very important for hormonal functions and replenishing glycogen stores as well. Making changes. So, like I said, you want to be dropping at least 0.2 to 0.6 kilos a week. And if you're not seeing that drop, then you need to decrease your calories. If your body weight is increasing, then your calories are too high, okay? Training and nutrition and recovery will complement each other, and all three of these will determine progress. But just to kind of sum things up, Establish your calorie deficit to 300, 500 calories below maintenance. Work out your protein goals. Ensure calorie expenditure increases consistent to be in a consistent calorie deficit. So make sure the more expenditure you get done, the more body fat you're going to drop. It's simple. Work out carbs and fats. Obviously, like I said, 25% for fats. And carbs, you just want to fill it out as well. So, do you need help with this? So you probably will sat down watching this webinar, and like I said, I've transformed at least 400 to 500 lives since 4 years of Deal with Core Fitness, but now we rebranded to Core Fitness now, which is sick. So if you guys need specific help and you just want to have a little chat about, right, Deal with how to do this, how to do that, and just booking your discovery call, nothing, it's no obligation to sign up. And I had this discovery call, it's a game changer because you can have a specific roadmap for you to get to where you want to be. So if you're interested in coaching and transforming your physique at Core Fitness, just click on the link down below. Down below on this YouTube link, it's going to have a little link for you to book in a call, and I'll speak to you then, or reach out to me on Instagram at DylanNayi, okay? But yeah, guys, pleasure. More webinars coming your way, more free value, and any questions regarding this, let me know. Catch you on the other side. Peace.